there is still so much growth to be had in this next year. Any industry, okay, if you own 0.0001% of that market share, you're fucking big time. Small businesses up to 100 employees. Medium-sized businesses up to 500 employees. So you're still small at 100 employees.
Crazy.
So if you think you're too big to just mobilize and shift and go to where the money's at, you got to give your head a shake. Some of the biggest companies in American history were built in a recession.
Why do you think somebody should have a coach?
The businesses that have been built out there with trillions of dollars of market cap, they've been built. It's been done. It's just you're applying that same knowledge to whatever it is you're doing, you know, and don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just put your spin on it. You know,
Are you religious?
I hit rock bottom when I was in a really, really bad place in my life. I remember I fell to my knees and I looked up and I said, you know, whoever you are, whatever you are, if you're out there, like, just come in and power me up right now because I can't do this on my own.
Welcome to Success After Dark, which is after 4 p.m. in Toronto in the wintertime. So welcome to another episode. Nick, Regina, world-class entrepreneur, businessman, owner of dimensional companies, umbrellas, groups that we'll get into. How you doing today?
Really good. Really good. Feeling very grateful for the opportunity.
Of course,
I wanted
man.
to thank both you gentlemen. Yeah.
Of course, man. It's our pleasure. Actually, I like Nick's energy, man. I'm feeling it.
Likeable, yeah, for sure. Likeable guy, charismatic guy.
I feel like you're like very Italian, bro.
Like, likable guy.
Very
likable, not just because we have the same hair, but he's a likable guy. Energetic, charismatic.
I like yours better. I'm thinning out.
Yeah. We could take care of that.
Yeah. I gotta use that black powder dust.
Yeah, I've actually seen that, bro.
Does that work?
There's
only one way to find out.
Right? Yeah. No, you're good. You're
in the
good.
commercials. Sponsor. Yeah, well, anyways, Nick, so you've been in Toronto for how long? Your whole life?
Yeah.
Born and raised?
Born and raised, yeah.
Originally. Background Italian?
Italian background.
Grandparents?
Italian, born in Italy.
Do you speak?
I don't. I wish I did, man. Yeah. My parents are still kicking themselves in the butt for not speaking to me. And they do. They speak. They were born there.
Okay.
Well, my mom was born there. Pops was born here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And where from Italy, do you know?
Yeah, Sicily.
Sicily,
and
okay.
a small town, Provincia di Matera in Bari.
Okay.
That's where my dad's from.
You know,
Mom's
Sicily.
from Sicily.
Sicily is at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it at the bottom, like where the water is?
Yeah, that's the boot. The boots
the
kicking.
Boots kicking, yeah.
The ball. I guess Sicily's the ball.
I think it's near Malta.
Yes.
And that one, Sicily and Malta, bro.
Have you been back?
Have you? Yeah.
Lovely, huh?
I've been a few times. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's awesome. Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, Europe in general, right? Like in regards to the architecture, the food, the way they know how to live life, their taste for fashion. Yeah. It's on another level, right?
Yeah. I'll ask you a question. I've been back to my home country in Eastern Europe. It's nice in a lot of ways, but I wouldn't live there. Would you consider living in Italy?
Definitely when I'm winding down.
Yeah,
definitely. I have it in my goals to have a vacation home out in Italy. And when I'm having a little bit more time to myself, like right now we're building out the company, a lot of moving parts. I love it. It's intense. But when I'm winding down, definitely would take on a European lifestyle for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So did you grow up in an Italian neighborhood?
I did, yeah. It's Corso Italia on Dufferin and Sinclair. So where all the WAPs moved when they first got here. Yeah. It's literally, that's what it's called, Little Italy, right?
Yeah.
Little Italy, yeah.
Everybody's a construction worker and doing you were in construction too?
I was, I did. I worked for my father's general contracting company when I was younger.
Yeah. Everyone's got to start digging holes at some point, man.
Yeah.
And it makes you a man. And so you started out working for your dad. You're a general laborer.
Yeah.
You're literally excavating, digging holes on someone in the burning sun.
Yeah.
Now you're here. You got how many companies now, businesses running for you?
Yeah. It's 3 operating companies underneath the umbrella. And then we also have an asset portfolio as well.
So that's impressive. So how does
cool.
From A to Z, what happened in between there?
Yeah.
You're starting in the working with the shovel, basically working for the dad.
Yeah.
Where did you see this coming and what pivots did you make along the way and how'd you get here?
Yeah. Okay. So I could start from day one if you want.
Go for it.
So
day 0.
Yeah. So at always had a really solid work ethic from when I was a young man because I never excelled in school. So my parents said, you know, if it's not going to be school, right, then you got to get your ass to work and you got to make sure to go hard, right? So I had my first job at 13 as a busboy in a restaurant, and then also working for my father as a general laborer and in his millwork shop, dude. Just sweeping and like sanding and doing tasks like that. And had a passion for the restaurant business because I just felt like it had this cool factor. It was sexy, right?
Yeah.
But the family business was construction, so worked for my pops growing up. Part-time, and then as soon as I was done high school, I got into it full-time with him. And he always gave me like the shittiest jobs, you know, like the demo, the digging holes, like you said, driving the dump truck, and
clean up.
Never really treated me like the owner's son kind of vibe. Wanted me to always have the shittiest job and make sure that, you know, I worked my butt off and earned people's respect, right? So that was cool.
And in retrospect, it helped you out, I guess, in the long term.
Big time. Because
we know some older owner's sons that get the owner's son treatment, and they don't end up, they don't pan out as you would, you know, imagine.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those for sure.
Yeah, hard to respect that, you know, someone who's got an attitude like their shit doesn't stink, and you know you put in a lot more time and work than them, and it's just like, who's this little punk kind of vibe, right? So I never wanted to be that guy, so I'm glad that he did what he did.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what was your first transition out of contracting, out of general labor?
Yeah, at 19, I told, like, it was my, like, I love my dad. My dad's my biggest hero, and like, you know, I just think he's such a rock star, and not only the way he does work, but the way he does life too, you know. And I told him at 19, you know, it was hard for us not to bring the conversation home to the dinner table. It was hard for us not to go to hockey or to go to a family function in the car and not be talking about business, because he had a big company and there was a lot of moving parts, and I was there on site and stuff, and he was like just working hard, right? So he always wanted to know what was going on. He always wanted feedback. He always wanted to talk, and I was like, I felt like I was losing my relationship with my dad on the father-son side, but I was gaining like almost a boss / partner, right? Is what it was morphing into, right? I was being groomed to take over the company, and I didn't want that. I just wanted the father-son relationship with him because I loved him so much. So I told him, I said, Pops, you know, like, I want to go off on my own and figure this out, you know, without your help and without working for you. And thank you for all the time that you spent, you know, training me and allowing me to work for you and giving me your insight and just always being so awesome to me when I was with you. But I want you just as a dad. And it kind of hit him hard, where he was like really surprised by it, you know, because the company was doing well, and I was being groomed to take over, and I was working hard. So I think that he thought that was what was going to happen. No ifs, ands, or buts. So when I told him that, he really respected it. He was like, fuck yeah. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, so he was shocked by it. He had to wrap his head around it. But at the same time, like right away, he was like, yeah, okay, cool. That's awesome. And still today we talk about it. He's like, man, I'm so glad that you pulled that move. You know, he's like, I was never going to be the one to do it. But looking back, you know, he's like, I can't believe you did, but I respect that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's when I left and worked as an electrician for 4 years. And then, you know, press pause on the trade side of things. I was still busboying, and then I started bartending at a martini bar on College Street, and I built up like a really solid network throughout high school, and like just, you know, going out a lot, and then now bartending, talking to the people at the bar. From there, then started a promotion company called NRG. That's when NRG was born. And so when I was doing electrical, when I left Pops, I went to work for the electrician that he was subbing a lot of work to. Cool young guys, and I was like, if I with these guys, I'll try out electrical. So 4th year apprentice in electrical, but NRG at the time like was scaling, was growing. We had the biggest promotional army known to Canada till today, right? Wow. There was over 56 promoters, and got to a point in time where we were promoting so many clubs and we were ramming them, and it was doing so well that during the day I was doing electrical, after work, side jobs, pulling wire. Then at night I was ripping the promo.
Just working.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I'll never forget the night I was sleeping in bed. My brother was beside me, and I was like, man, I'm burning out. You know, like I'm burning out. I can't do this anymore. It's crazy, right? Like 18, 19 hour days, like literally. And he's like, well, like, where's your heart? You know, like, what's your heart telling you to do? You know, what are you passionate about? I was like, NRG, man. He's like, well, then fucking go for it. Like, what do you have to lose, right? And I was like, all right, yeah. Okay, cool, I'll go for it. He's a younger brother, 4 years younger. We always shared a room, slept in bunk beds. In this case, he was beside me. And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm going to do that. So I put down the belt, and I went full force with NRG. So scaled that company, went on to owning and operating 7 nightclubs, 2 in Miami, 5 in Toronto, the biggest New Year's party of the year, 7 years in a row. NRG won Best Promoter of the Year 9 out of 10 years in a row at the Toronto Nightclub Awards. Wow. I won the Best Nightclub Owner of the Year. The last 3 years I was in the industry. I had an amazing staff. I had a sick army that whatever club we decided to promote, we'd fucking ram it. Oh, yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts, right? And you were at some of those parties.
Just a side note, if you're watching this and you live in Toronto, you've probably been to one of these clubs. You know, I've gotten my heart broken and fell in love at the same time multiple nights at 19 years old at Gravity Nightclub in downtown Toronto. But it made me who I am today. I thank you, Nick. And I had no idea this guy was behind the whole operation, but it worked out, man. It all worked out in the end, full circle, right?
Yeah, so everyone's got to get their heart shattered once, right? Yeah,
once in a while.
That's good. Yeah. But yeah, so and then when I got out of that industry, it was because I wanted to be the best possible dad that I could be, right? And I knew that given that lifestyle, being in the fast lane, working weekends, working evenings, working during the holidays, that's all the time that I would spend with, or you would want to be with your family, right? So no matter, like, at that time, the portfolio was grossing 15 mil a year. I had 120 people working underneath the portfolio. I kind of knew it like the back of my hand because I was doing it for so long. It got easy. And we had built the name, so it wasn't because any of that wasn't really good. It was just because that was gonna take me away from being an awesome dad. I knew it, so it was a no-brainer that I had to get out, and I did. Yeah, and I jumped fully into the finance space because I was investing some of my money into real estate and doing a little bit of lending out, and I liked it. I liked the asset. I like, you know, that I was somewhat comfortable with it already. And at the end of the day, like, just the thought, like, I'm just selling money. That's fucking cool. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's rock with this, see what it entails. And then, like anything else, right? Like, it's all the same shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? When you're building out the foundation, you're building out the culture, systems, processes, operations, making sure you're treating your people right, you're bending over backwards for your clients, you're giving them white glove service. Like, no matter what industry you're in, that stuff's all.
Nick, I got a ton of questions for you.
Shoot.
You got a minute?
Yeah, fuck, go. So,
sorry. So you said you became a father while you're still in the industry. You were 29, 30?
29, yeah.
In the nightlife. So you were with your wife while you were promoting, I guess. Yeah. I want you to speak on that. I know a lot of guys that are in the industry, and you know, the relationships. It's not an easy relationship to maintain when you're out and about at night. You're around, you know, different people, girls, guys, older guys, younger girls, and vice versa. You must have a solid rock at home.
Yeah.
You know, to speak on that. How did you, like? She must have had so much belief in you to stay that long, and you know, you pulled it out, because I see a lot of relationships don't end up, you know, they don't last.
Yeah.
And they go their separate ways. So talk about that. How did that, you know, was there challenges, and how did you guys overcome things and all that?
Yeah. So great question. Definitely shout out the wife. She's my queen, man. She's my rock, and every king needs his queen. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like, yeah, she's solid, and she's always stood by me. Met her in high school. Started dating when I was 19. Now I'm 35, so that's 16 years. But when I got out of electrical and I got into nightlife, and she seen that I loved it so much. But when I bought my first club, I was 25 when I bought Gravity.
Yeah.
And then I bought Bloke shortly after, and then Sane down the street. So I bought a condo at King and Spadina at 25, and I was like, you want to come live with me? Like, I want to be close to the clubs, and like, this is cool. Like, I made some cash and I bought a condo, and like, you know what I mean? Like, you down? Yeah. She's like, yeah, let's do it. So she came to live with me, and then I had her as one of my bottle service girls, and we were kind of in the scene together.
So you're in business together.
It made it easier because she was there. However, there were still like a lot of times that she wasn't there. You know what I mean? Because I'd be bouncing around from clubs, or when I had the clubs in Miami, I'd be doing some traveling. So, you know, she always just like really stayed by my side, no matter how much shit was going on, no matter what I was putting her through, no matter what kind of roller coaster ride I was on. Because my life was a little crazy. You know, you have to be a little crazy to do what I did, but she was always there, bro. She kept me grounded. If it wasn't for her, I don't even know where I'd be. You know? Yeah. But
did you bring her into the industry and then you brought her out? Essentially?
Yeah.
Full
and
circle?
I asked her at the end of it when I was coming to my senses, bro. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, staying with me?" Right? Like, you know, when all the dust is settling, right? And you're just like, you know what happened, right? You put them through, and you're looking at it like, what the fuck are you here for? Man? That was crazy, you know? And she's like, because I love you.
Yeah.
And you loved what you were doing. So I wanted what you wanted. I wanted you to be happy. And that made you so happy doing what you did that because I love you so much, I wanted to see you, you know, live out your dream. And I was just like, yeah, that hit different. When she said that, I was like, fuck, I owe the rest of my life to this chick. Like, and like, that was so cool. Like, you know, like, even though it sucked that I was in this nightlife industry, you know, and it comes with all its shit, you know, she was happy for me because I was so happy to be in it because of how deep her love was for me, you know? Crazy. Yeah.
At any point in time, like, we you know, hear a lot of don't do business with your family, don't do business with your girlfriend.
Sure.
Did you ever at some point think, you know what, I actually should not do this?
This is a mistake?
This is a mistake.
You know what? No, Sophie's cool. She's a cool chick. Like, she's not like a psycho or like, you know what I mean? Like, just making everyone's life a living hell or walking around like she's the owner's wife. She was never that girl. She was just like cool, quiet, chill. Everyone loved her. She got along with everyone. She'd do like managerial things, and she wasn't even a manager. She was just doing bottle service. So like, even my partner was like, I'd always ask him like, yo, like, is she cool? Like, is she rubbing you the wrong way? Like, we'll talk. And he's like, no, bro, like, she's going above and beyond all the time. You know, she's doing cash outs. She's doing things that aren't what bottle service girls do. Like, I like her a lot. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, so she was always so respectful, and she was always so loved and liked by everyone, right? So, she's just cool. She's easy to get along with.
Speaking of nightlife, bro, I worked 3 years in a nightlife as a you know, you talk about being a busboy. That was like one of my... I don't think I regret it, bro, because I that's where I found my career. It's funny that I found this career through the clubs.
Okay.
I met a guy there, and that guy kind of showed me the ways. So,
nice.
It was a club called Mora. I don't know if you know it. It's uptown.
Yeah, that's Andy and the boys there, right?
The promoters, you mean?
Yeah.
But, I don't know if they're still there, but I remember when I was there, Andy and
Nico P.
Nico P.
John.
Yeah, because Eddie and Omar were the owners.
Eddie,
Eddie and Omar were the owners.
Eddie was rocking out at Aria hard.
Yeah,
when before they opened.
Well, I didn't know them before. I wasn't in the country before, but Omar was Palestinian, so he kept saying, "This guy's my cousin. Nobody touch him." So I was walking like I owned the
place. this mic shut off, eh?
Really?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're good.
As long as you can hear it.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
But that was
nice. Yeah.
That was interesting.
Cool. Those guys were cool guys.
They're all cool guys. Yeah. But man, working in the nightlife was
it shows you how the world works in a different perspective.
It's true.
I'm telling you, it shows you it brings everyone together, and it shows you how really interpersonal, intergender dynamics really work, and how the world really spins, and who owns what, and what's really going on. It's really interesting.
And then you see some bosses there, bro.
Yeah,
you know who the boss is when they walk in. So. Yeah, it was interesting to be in. And I asked them, I'm like, do you like this? And they both liked it. And all the promoters, I'm like, do you want to keep doing this? Like, yeah, bro, keep promoting. I'm like,
I know some promoters that have been promoting 12 years.
Wow.
And that was the question I had for you is like, how did you scale? Because you obviously, if you're looking at if I zoom out, you're starting with low leverage, low skill jobs, right? General labor, your busboy. And then, okay, you get a little bit of skill. You're doing electrical work, but it's still low leverage. You're still trading time for money. And then you're getting into promoting. So now you're building communities, and you kind of have a little bit of leverage, and you're start promoting and build teams. Team build teams. But how do you? And now you're owning. You're in the financial space, which is high leverage, and you're building bigger teams. But how did you, from being an independent contractor promoter, start building teams and start actually how did NRG come about and scale from that sense, and then actually getting into ownership and equity? I know friends that want equity of clubs. How do you make that switch into the entrepreneur? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So great question. By building community. If you're good to people and you build community and you treat that community like it's family, and they know that you have their back before you have your own, then they'll go to war for you, right? And then you could scale whatever the fuck you want, because it's just in people to want to do good for someone if they've done good for them, right? So it's I've always been good to my soldiers, you know what I mean? I've always given them the shirt off my back. I've always made it fun. I've always included them on what the vision is and had them understanding what the overall goal was, and we would all work towards it together. So it was fun as we were accomplishing that. I've been really, really generous with what I've paid people. I've opened up many different businesses, and I've always allowed on for strategic partners if there was a want, need, and desire for them to be an equity partner. Why wouldn't I? 1% of something that makes amazing money with some awesome people is way better than 100% of something that doesn't, you know? 100%. So my level of greed is I'm not a greedy guy, man. I'm chill, So I feel like people feel that, they understand that, they know that. And they're just down for the cause, right? So that was how NRG grew and exploded. I had different territories. I had NRG Mississauga, NRG Woodbridge, Etobicoke, downtown, Thornhill. I had different territories, and then I had different alpha dogs taking care of those territories. And then I would train those alpha dogs on how to run their crews and how to be good to their crews, because these were a lot of young bucks that used to run under me. So they didn't know, and they didn't have those leadership skills. So I would teach them, and then they would be good to their soldiers, and then their soldiers would fucking salute them. Yeah. And then it was just whoa, this got real big real quick. And then to answer the next question, whenever you could slam a nightclub, if you could do that consistently, when I was in the scene, you could leverage that in a big way. So I was always good at leveraging and understanding my value. So I'm slamming this club, and that club owner and me are really getting along, and he's liking his revenues and his sales, then I'm going to tap him for equity, or I'm going to move on and do my own thing, kind of thing, right? And it always worked out, right? And I took on 50% partnership, right? And then the operational partner would have 50%. They would deal with what they deal with in regards to staffing, ordering the booze, taking care of the lease, making sure
you're responsible to fill up the clubs.
Fill up the club. So talent booking, building the relationship with all the promoters, and outside of just the NRG promoters, other sub promoters as well, doing a lot of the marketing and advertisement campaigns, stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd fill it, and they'd make money, right? Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And when you're buying these clubs, like for example, Bloke or Gravity, were you buying the actual venue as well, the property?
No. Well, fuck, I wish, man.
That I was going to say. On King Street over there. Yeah. So you're just buying, I guess, the business. The business.
Yeah.
Yes, and taking over the business. And Bloke's changed names now and all that. So I guess that's
what is it called
business.
now?
I think it was Cure.
Yeah,
now I think it's
Bloke we turned into Cure, and then we got paid out from the landlord to walk away early from the lease because they were doing a high rise there.
Oh wow!
Gotcha.
That's cool.
And same as Juliet now. Yes. My partner's still there. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's so same was Cobra, which was West, which is beside Brand House, now Citizen, now is Myth.
Yeah.
So it's in that.
So what's the reason for all these changes?
Yeah, great question too. So the life expectancy of a club is 5 to 7 years, and then you got to shut her down, rebrand it, make it cool again, and keep up with the rest of the industry for the most part, right? Because you'd always got to be the hottest kid on the block, right? And then to entice the promoters, right? You'd want the newest, sexiest product, right? Because then it makes the promoter's job easier, because the promoter's trying to pull people there, Of course. Like, yo, there's a new club. It's dope. The design's sick. Sound and lighting's there. They're bringing big talent in. And then their people are like more inclined to go with them. So, you know, it was a trickle effect. But yeah, you always want to stay relevant and fresh.
Life expectancy of a club is about 7 years.
You remember Government?
Of course.
Yeah, and that was a slam in place every weekend. And then every club has its life cycle. Like I'm looking at Rebel now. That's been what Rebel's been. It's Rebel for 7 years now, 8 years. Longer. Yeah. That's probably one of the longest standing actual clubs with its own existing name.
Yeah. So Rebel used to be the Docks, and that was Tony Grossi, and then Charles Caboth, the gentleman we were talking about earlier. Yeah. When Government shut down, he needed a venue that could hold that kind of capacity, and then had those kind of grounds. I mean, a few other things as well, but so him and Tony Grossi came together. But those grounds have always kicked ass, man. Since like 35 years ago, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Big dogs play.
So you're making a lot of pivots. When you're, let's say, for example, you went from the club space finally into the financial space, in particular mortgages.
Yeah.
You made a good jump and you timed the market well when you left the nightclub scene in 2019, because you know what happened in 2020.
Yeah.
And the nightclub scene, you know, you're probably thinking like, you know, when you jump off in the movies, you jump off a boat and it catches fire, and you're in the ocean. You're like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you're in mortgages, and in 2020 the rates are so low, so you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
Right, and you're like, okay, you're riding the wave, and you're scaling Spark, right? And but now you're looking at, okay, there's challenges along the way. It's a bumpy ride. Yeah. Mortgages, you know, there's things that you cannot control in your business, right? The mortgages, interest rates, and all that. Where do you make the pivots in terms of, okay, if we can't, let's say, we can't sell as many mortgages now because of interest rates, how do I make a pivot? How do I know when to jump off the ship, or how do I know when to change the engine or adjust? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, okay, put it this way. Small business is up to 100 employees. Medium-sized business is up to 500 employees. So you're still small at 100 employees.
Crazy.
So if you think you're too big to just mobilize and shift and go to where the money's at, and you're still small or even a medium-sized business, then you got to give yourself you got to
humbling experience.
Yeah, you got to give your head a shake, because what happened here is that the private market is picked up in a big way, because the institutions are choking up on the capital outlay.
Yeah.
So where are they going to go to get money? The private market. So we have a fund, right? So what do? We entice capital raisers to pump money into the fund so that we can lend it out and charge really, really healthy rates, because the institutions aren't putting it out. So from last year to this year, I went from 12 staff to 25.
Wow.
And I 300% increase on my revenue.
It's beautiful.
Gross revenue. That's without my asset.
In the last 12 months.
Yeah, 12 months, bro. So in this
while most mortgage brokers are dying, basically.
In this economic downturn, 300% growth on top line revenue, literally doubled in staff. And there is still so much growth to be had in this next year that everyone's calling another shit show.
Exactly.
If you own any sector, any industry, okay, if you own 0.0001% of that market share, you're fucking big time. So the RBCs, TDs, BMOs, CIBCs of the world, they're all fighting for 1-2% market share, right? So something like this happens, they get affected by it. But this brings me full circle to my point. You're a small business, you're a medium-sized business. This is the time you got to be gaining ground. This is the time you got to be fucking taking more market share.
Right.
This is the time where everyone's condensing and getting, it's fucking go time. You know what I mean? And you strike, and this is when you win. Some of the biggest companies in American history were built in a recession.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's a dope one.
Because everybody's scared. Imagine walking out your front door and everyone's trying to stay in, and you're just out on the street like a savage, bro. No one's coming.
That's how the market works.
Yeah.
The best investors invest when no one's investing, right? When the 99% aren't investing, the 1% is making the money, right?
Be fearful when everybody's greedy, and greed when everybody's fearful.
Exactly.
Exactly. And bro, like, I'm not reinventing the wheel. Like, our coach for the company is Patrick Bet-David.
Wow.
Yeah. We were on a call with him today. Check out my Instagram.
Really?
Right?
With his consulting service?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's like who's coaching the company.
Nice.
We have $1 billion vision for our valuation.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not reinventing the wheel. You look at Tony Robbins. I ran through his program. It's the same shit. They're gonna give you the tips and the tricks. They're gonna give you the blueprint. You just have to apply it and have the balls, to continue to motivate your team. Right?
You just got inspired, huh?
Yeah.
We're seeing Patrick Bet-David potentially in the next 2 weeks in Las Vegas.
Potentially? You are seeing it.
Yeah.
He is coming.
Where are you going?
Vegas.
Florida?
We have an event in Vegas, and I'm one of the speakers, and he's one of. So I'm going to share a stage with him.
Nice.
We'll see who's better.
Yeah. Nice. Good.
He's got a couple of years on you. Huh?
He does.
If his boy Leo's out there, I'll figure it out and I'll connect the dot for you there too. Leo will put you in the wheelhouse with him.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Leo's the man.
Yeah. I always said that this was going to be the year you're going to meet him.
You did say it.
Yeah. 2023.
I mean,
caught him on a buzzer beater, the last minute.
Patrick definitely has had my heart since from a long time ago. Before a lot of people followed him, bro. I was like in the beginning following his stuff.
He's a G, bro.
Yeah, he's definitely a G.
Yeah.
Huh, that's cool.
I could see why you hit it off with him too, right?
Yeah.
You're just a straight shooter. You're to the point, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's call it for what it is, and that's his stuff, right? Like he's all about that. So I could see you hitting off with him big time.
Man. Thanks, bro.
He also wants to say you're Middle Eastern too. So
fucking extremely Arab. But okay, so tell me. Okay, well here's the thing. Why? I mean, you talked about coaches, so. I mean, you've had success in the business world. Why do you think somebody should have a coach?
Yeah, so that's my business coach. Then I have a personal development coach who's a life transformation coach. His name is Zarek Fatah. He's world renowned, right? Internationally recognized. And then there's like other, things that we do in regards to the wellness space with like cold tubs, saunas, breath work, ceremonies. So there's like a lot of work that I do on myself personally so that I could show up and excel in the workspace. And then there's business coaching. So to answer your question, why? Again, to take it back, like we're not reinventing the wheel here. To optimize one's health physically, mentally, the science is out there. The experts know it. Get it from the experts. Be coached by them. Get yourself in optimal shape. The businesses that have been built out there with trillions of dollars of market cap, they've been built. It's been done. Shit's not new. Talk to those motherfuckers and say what they did. It's, you know what I mean? So it's the same. It's just you're applying that same knowledge to whatever it is you're doing, and don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just put your spin on it, Be good to people as well.
I love that.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of skepticism.
Sorry for all the swearing too.
Oh, bro, it's good.
I could swear. Yeah.
We don't have nothing censored here, bro.
It's the cleanest one yet so far.
Okay, cool.
So, I think there's so much skepticism in the online space with coaches and gurus and all that, and you got to find obviously a legitimate someone who's been there, done that, right?
Yeah.
And when you're talking about promoting, we see a lot of promoting online. You were promoting back in 2005, 2006. What were you even promoting? Was it MySpace, Facebook? It was before Instagram.
Facebook just started.
Yeah.
So it was old school though, bro. It was calls.
So what was
text,
so you were promoting on BBM and calls.
Pinging everybody.
Because now
broadcasting.
Bro, for sure.
Now promotion's a whole different game. So back then it was calls, BBM, Facebook. Yeah, it's an underrated skill promotion.
I
agree. You can promote I think Rona, your best skills is promoting something big.
From 6 figures to 7 figures, somebody that they just gotta know how to promote something big.
They need to know how to promote something big.
Like
100%.
I think
I say it all the time. All I am is a glorified promoter. That's what it is.
I like that.
So you think from 6 figures to 7 figures, you think that's promoting?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has to be because promoting you're combining the skill of sales and marketing.
Right.
And you're just marketing on a bigger scale, and you're just connecting people. What's the point of promoting?
Maybe 0 to 6 figures is more sales.
I mean, sales. You gotta learn some skill sets,
basic skill sets. Yeah.
You gotta know how to talk to people.
I got a question for you guys. What about from 7 figures to 8 figures? Is it a leadership game at that point?
Probably. Well, according to Patrick Bet-David, it is a leadership game.
Yeah.
Or not a leadership game, a delegation leadership game.
You gotta have a tight run operation.
You gotta have
I see
people you trust. Bro,
I see you building teams. I see people some people are scared of recruiting up and recruiting experts and paying people a lot of money for, high skills. You don't seem like you're afraid of doing that.
Man.
People are afraid of collaborating with people, giving other people spotlights. But you're collaborating with everybody. Yeah. You're giving people spotlights. You're teaming up with everyone.
Yeah, you have to.
I think that's a big deal, man. You got your hands on everything in Toronto and Miami now too, and I think that's a big deal.
Yeah. But I have a question. How much? Okay, so let's just say somebody's making $100,000. What's the good percentage on a yearly basis for them to really invest in themselves and coaches and stuff?
Yeah, good question, man. Like, you could do, everyone's different, right? For me, a coach really works not only because like they teach you and give you the foundation of what it is you need to learn. And none of it's rocket science. You could pull it all from the internet. You could really do a lot of like due diligence and research and development and find that yourself. Yeah. For me, a coach is really, really, really powerful for the accountability aspect, right? Are you showing up? Are you doing your chores? Are you sticking to the schedule? Are you disciplined? Yeah. And there's those checkpoints with the coach where you know that, okay, like he's gonna
ask.
Yeah, he's gonna kick my ass into gear if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So after you take on the knowledge, it's the accountability aspect, right? So you could do it. To go to your point, you could do it for like fuck all. Yeah. If you want to do the research and you want to call out a friend or a family and say, hey man, listen, I'm doing this work. I need you to keep me accountable. I need you to check in with me 3 times a day at these times and text me what's up. You know what I mean? And have someone in your corner doing that for you while you do your research and development, right? Yeah. Like for me, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to do the deep dive. I'm not going to figure it out on my own. I'm not going to put bits and pieces together. Yeah. I need someone who's an expert,
who knows what
who's put it all together, who's got proven success, some other savages that he's trained that it's worked with, to point it out, to walk me through it, and then to hold me accountable, you know? And for something like that, it was $30,000 American for 6 months. I did 2 sessions with him. No, this is for my personal development coach. For 6 months, and then there's checkpoints, right?
Yeah, of
and
course.
Then there's retreats in between.
That's cool.
And then we still maintain and hold a relationship down. I'm going to probably go for his level 3. Yeah. And then that same coach coached my whole staff, bro. So as a company, I paid for all their coaching programs as well. Fuck yeah. And then we did a retreat all together in Muskoka. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah. And to go back on my point a little bit earlier, that's what shows them that I give a shit. That's what shows them that if I figure something out that works for me, I want it for you too. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that's on the personal development side. And then PBD is the business, right? But,
Speaking of personal development, Nick, what you got cooking up for us from a new business venture standpoint?
Yeah. So really excited about that. So Elemental Wellness Studio is essentially it's a wellness studio out in Vaughan, and we partnered up with some awesome entrepreneurs that are all coming together to put this project on a whole other level, and it's going to be called Kuma. So Kuuma. Cool. And it's going to be, that means bathhouse in Finnish. And it's going to have like a red light therapy room, cold therapy, saunas, breath work. And it's going to have this really, really cool community connected to it. And it's going to be a venue in the old Elemental space, right? Awesome. So we're going through the design right now. Nice. And we're putting together all the operations and the campaigns that we're going to be launching with. So really excited about that, because part of my program with the coach, one of the spokes on the wheel of life, they call it, is contribution and purpose. So it's giving back, right? It's doing right by the world. Yeah. And I could use this place, and I have been using this place to give back to other people that need me to throw them a line and to introduce them into a lifestyle that's going to help them out, right? Yeah, whatever their problems with.
I think that's an amazing idea. We live in a very depressed society here, and ridden from the COVID, all the after effects and low dopamine, low serotonin, all the low happiness, high suicide rates. I think the personal development space is very underrated. I think if you have a killer team, I know you guys are putting together, and I think you guys are going to market, promote it, and build a solid community there, and be able to kick ass in that space and bring personal development to the mainstream, because I think it's not mainstream, and I think it needs to be.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I think it needs to be mainstream, and I think that is an easier way to get into personal development as opposed to $30,000 for a 6-month coaching program, which not the average Canadian can afford, but the average Canadian can afford to go to a bathhouse you know, pick up a couple sessions, you know, join a community of like-minded guys working on themselves. I think that's dope.
The community is just, I think that says it all. Should I sign up in a place where people that think like me, do like me, and probably going to be a lot better than me.
Yeah.
These people can help me up.
Yeah. So, and that's exactly what happens in these spaces. To go
of course, absolutely.
Everyone there's on their own journey, and they give you a book to read. Or they give you another place to check out. Or they tell you gotta look into what this guy's doing, or check out what that coach is up to. Did you ever travel to this part of the world? There's a big conscious community over there, and they're doing these retreats. So you just take from everyone's journey, and they take from yours, and everyone helps elevate. And no matter what stage they're at, whether it's 1 or 9,000, they have good intentions. They're there because they want to be working on themselves and be better. It's a safe place.
For sure. I love that.
Yeah.
When you're thinking about opening a new business, there's a lot of factors that are obviously that come into play there. And what are you looking at? And it's probably multiple, but there's probably a scale. There's a weighing system. There's passion. There's the gap in the market, blue ocean, red ocean. There's the other players, right? There's timing and all that. What do you consider when you actually are getting into a new business? Like, for example, what did you consider getting into, you know, the personal development space with the bathhouse and coming all together? Why would you think this is the right time and right place and right idea?
Yeah, so I think you hit the nail on the head a little earlier. Like anxiety, depression. Like we're looking at, you know, a society right now that just doesn't know how to deal with what's going on out there. It doesn't know how to navigate it. And, you know, they're going in these vicious downward spirals, and there's an epidemic out there. And it's something that, for me, I think is going to really, really, really come up the rails and take a lot of market share, you know, as opposed to, you know, these pharmaceutical drugs or these traditional ways of what our healthcare system provides, right?
After COVID, man, the belief in these companies, bro, just, like, I even question the fish oil that we take. I know it's filled with a lot of fillers and stuff. You're gonna need, I don't know. I've been going on this health journey recently, watching what I eat and like what I buy and stuff, and everything. It's just, if I know there's a place, bro, that you know can help me and do all these things, it's like a perfect blend. What do you think the most important thing is?
Rakan came in with a pack of 20 Timbits and some donuts.
Not for me, bro. It's for you.
Behind the scenes.
It's for you, it's not for me. But what do you think the most important thing is in a business is?
In a business?
Yeah, the number one thing.
Yeah, culture. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because if everyone has each other's backs, you can do whatever you want, bro. It takes a village. You know? Like, if I get down with you, you get down with me, and we go face the world, we'll fuck shit up. You know what I mean? If I know you have my back and I have yours, well, it's a 2-headed dragon. Let's go rip it. And then Vlad joins, it's a 3-headed dragon. And then fucking you keep growing it. It's like, holy fuck. Look at that movement, bro. Watch out, man. They're coming. And then people just get out of your way, or they just join the party, bro. Because they know it. So that energy, it has a frequency level to it. It has a vibration level to it. When you're vibing that high, bro, you start to attract, you know, other amazing things and powerful movements that are aligned with you. And there's just collaboration that's done on another scale, on another level. And it's just too powerful to shut down. It's too powerful to get in the way of. And I feel like if you have good intentions, you know, and you're doing right, and you're putting your best foot forward, and you're doing it together as a group, there's nothing more powerful than that. And hey, listen, man, strong marketing campaigns, promotional systems and processes, good diligent operators, you know, beautiful, aesthetically pleasing office space, and being in dense areas, you know, when getting into certain sectors and industries when the market is going to play to your favor, all that stuff, it helps, it aligns, but nothing's better than culture.
Wow.
The people.
Cool.
Yeah, the people.
You can put the right people in a tough situation, and they'll figure it out. That's basically right.
All the time.
Yeah, and that's what happens. And so, Nick, when you're watching this episode replay in 5 years, what would you want to tell yourself today?
Yeah, when you get fired up,
5 years.
Stop swearing so much. Be a little bit more calm. Be a little better with your words. You know, don't talk like you're some lion they're letting out of the cage, right? But yeah, maybe that. Maybe I've been thinking a few times, man. Maybe I should have calmed down a little bit. I'm getting too fired up. But you guys are good hosts.
I like your energy, Nick. It's not everybody that can they can. I think before culture, business is energy, bro. And it depends on the energy of the founder or one of the main shareholders. I feel like companies are built on.
I like that.
Companies are built on one strong individual that can push the energy, and I feel like after the energy, after he or she put a lot of energy, the culture will start fixing, because the people with the wrong energy will just fade themselves away. They won't be a part of the circle no more. And with that, but I just feel like it's the energy of. Like
the momentum catalyst.
I'm guessing, like, let's just maybe talk about Patrick Bet-David. Patrick Bet-David, I don't think that he was, going through like his company. I'm guessing a lot of other companies had the same thing going on, but his energy went into PHP, in which his energy and who he is allowed the company to be sold for $200 million, and he's doing the things that he's doing right now. So I feel like its energy is standard, and that allows the culture to be. And of course, there's other things like marketing and stuff, but it's just energy in a place from somebody's key.
Yeah. No, I agree with you in a big way. Yeah, it stems from that for sure. Energy. I'm big on that.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah. People feel it when you walk in a room. They're like, whoa, like, yeah, it's good. Right?
Yeah,
like you just, and then that level of trust comes from someone who has a solid energy. And if you trust me and I trust you, then again, right? Like what we could do together is just, it's unlimited, bro. Right? Yeah. Whereas if you always got to be watching your back.
Yeah.
You don't know if someone's gonna do you wrong.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in an environment like
for
that.
Sure.
I don't care how much money it's worth. Fucking take it. I don't want nothing to do with this shit. You know what I mean?
Here's the 50 grand.
Yeah. I'll top you up personally.
Pretty much. I hope you watch this. Take your fucking money. Just leave me the fuck alone. I'm too rich for this, bro.
That's the best fucking pitch I've ever heard in my life, bro. I don't want your fucking money. The fund manager. I love it.
Not your typical.
It's not
not
worth it. Listen, that means you're confident in your service. You're confident in your product. You're confident in your ability. You provide sick returns.
Yeah.
You're speaking in front of governments and big parties, bro. You can't talk like that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, respect when you get to that level.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Respect.
Appreciate it.
I just realized something. NRG and energy.
Yeah.
Someone ever told you that before?
Yeah.
Energy.
Club energy. Yeah.
Energy.
That's cool.
That's dope.
That's cool.
Actually, people used to be like energy, like E, and I'm like NRG.
So Nick, in 5 years.
Yeah.
First of all, are you planning to have more kids?
Yeah. No, I'm cut off.
That's it?
I got an appointment, my third appointment out in June. They booked me. I think this doctor's trying to discipline me now because I stiffed my first tooth. I was supposed to get snipped.
Okay.
And the day of, I'd stiffed, bro. And then the second time I stiffed, and he's like, all right, you want it again? And he pushed the appointment out 8 months, bro.
What do you mean? So you can't have kids no more?
Well, I was supposed to go in to get my balls snipped, so I couldn't have kids anymore. Vasectomy. Yeah.
Okay.
And I stiffed the first appointment, and then I stiffed the second one, and then this guy's really good. You know what I mean? Like, he does the job right. You want to go to the right guy with that. Right?
Yeah, I know.
So this guy pushed my appointment out 8 months now. Right? I'm like, all right, cool, I get it.
He's busy, huh?
But so I got to cut it off. Yeah.
Why is he that busy? That's my question. Everybody wants to fucking.
I'll be honest. I think you're the right type of guy to have kids.
Kids,
man. Like you're you'd be a kick-ass father. I don't think the right people are having enough kids, and I think the wrong people are having too many kids. I think that's
never heard that before.
Yeah, if you think about it, man, that's just like we're in an epidemic like that. You know what I mean?
We need more kids, man.
And more kids from the right leaders.
More kids from the right leaders.
Do you think leaders are born?
Fuck, that's deep.
Do you think you were a born leader? Or do you think something sparked you, or maybe watching your dad on the job sites, or cultivating your leadership skills?
Yeah, my dad really. Yeah. I mean, so that's deep.
That is deep. Yeah. But I can feel like
it's a combination.
It is events, probably a combination of
that for sure.
I don't know, man. It's just
I don't think it's a black and white answer. People try to make it a binary answer, yes or no.
Yeah.
But I think it's so many things that happen in your life that make you turn out the way you are.
I think it's the shaping of it shapes you, man. It's well, you're working young, you're doing the things, and you're the son of the boss, and you're because my dad somewhat, you know, when he owned the company, and he wasn't really, he never really took me to work and stuff, but when I used to like travel to my uncle, he used to take me to work, and that just shaped me. And he would pretty much same things, doing the shittiest things to do, but and it's just like do this, and it's like the little
for free
things. Yeah, of course, nobody getting paid, nothing, but I just think it shapes you, bro.
Yeah,
it's
no, it's you guys make valid points. So life will shape you, and given that journey that you go through, definitely morph you into that leader. Man, I wonder if some of those abilities are innate, though, right? And how well you can sharpen them. But that's a deep question, man. That's a deep question, bro. Yeah,
a lot of deep questions.
In 5 years, where do you see Nick Regina?
Yeah, 5 years we'll have the company's valuation at that point will be probably around 400 to 500 million. We'll have about 200 staff working for us. My kids are going to be healthy, happy, all in sport, doing well in school. I'm going to be as badass of a husband as I can to my wife, so she's going to be a happy woman at home, also healthy.
Love that.
And I'm going to be, I'm going to have a really, really strong relationship with God as I do now, and I continue to strengthen day by day. I'm going to stay balanced. I'm going to stay good, and I'm going to make sure that I give back as much as I can to as many people that need it. And I would have made a really big impact on some people's lives to help them turn, some bad situations around.
I love that.
To good ones.
Yeah, love that, man.
And I'd be a happy man at that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and with like the valuation of the company and making it, like I want to make a lot of money because I want to give a lot of money away. I want to do like a lot of missionary work and just give back to some charities that are kicking ass. Right? Yeah.
Are you religious?
Yeah, I'm a big spiritual guy.
Love that.
Yeah.
Was it since you were young or?
No, I hit rock bottom, and when I hit rock bottom and I was in a really, really bad place in my life, I remember I fell to my knees and I looked up and I said, whoever you are, whatever you are, if you're out there, like just come in and power me up right now because I can't do this on my own. And I felt it. I felt it run through me. I felt them run through me. And ever since then, I made them a promise.
At what point was that?
Yeah, it was like getting out of the nightlife right at the tail end.
Yeah. So this was like maybe 5 years ago.
A couple years ago.
Ish. Yeah. A little less.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So and this is when you were already doing well for yourself too.
Well. Yeah. What's well?
Exactly. That's a whole other podcast.
I love that
podcast, right? Yeah.
Here's another question.
Well, making money, right? As well, being well known as well. What's well, right?
Yeah. What's well? I have another question for you. Soccer or football? What do you guys call it?
Soccer. Yeah, soccer. Yeah.
But
football's cool.
I'm talking. He means. Do you guys call it football?
Soccer.
Like your dad would say soccer? No way, man.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
You go to Italy, nobody's gonna say soccer.
My dad's not like a big sports guy.
No,
never was. He likes music.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's got a band. He gets high, does shrooms. He's chilling. He's retired. He's done, he's done everything right, and even his retirement now too, right? He's getting fucking blasted with his boys. Just chilling out, having a good time. But never a sports guy. Into his music though.
But you're a sports guy.
Yeah, I like hockey.
Yeah, hockey.
Yeah,
okay. So when you were talking about your kids, you wanted for them to play hockey?
My son? Yeah. I'm gonna get him on skates this year.
I like that, man.
He's too
I thought it would be more of a soccer. Because I used to play for I don't know if you know Azzurri.
Yeah. It's a good club. It's a good organization.
Really yeah.
Nice.
Good old days.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Like
man.
Provincial.
I was the backup. I actually played for the guys before them. The shooters, York Shooters.
Okay,
and then it was the same, and then the same coach that was training York Lions, the school club.
Yeah.
I tried out there, and he was like, "You should come to Azzurri," and we had a little thing, and then
nice.
I tore my ACL meniscus, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But I had a small season with them.
Yeah,
as a backup. But
semi-pro, right?
Semi-pro.
Yeah.
But Azzurri was a big deal.
That's still good. That's good. Semi-pro's good. I never made it that far.
Was all these Italians, bro.
Yeah.
Nick, I keep trying to wrap up the podcast, but you keep dropping bombs, and I just got to ask.
Yeah. Sorry,
because
bro.
you're. When I ask people what they're, where they're going to be in 5 years, you already knew, like off the bat. He knew the valuation.
Yeah, the valuation.
Most people don't even know. They haven't even. No, most people don't even know what a valuation is. Let's be real.
Your EBITDA,
yeah,
and then find your multiple in the space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you already see the vision, and I'm sure the team knows it as well. Yeah. I think that's why you're you guys are going in the right direction and at such momentum, right? When you're, and then you made the point that you want to make a lot of money because you want to be able to give it back.
Yeah.
Patrick David makes a point where he says you have to be selfish to be selfless, and there's a ratio of being selfish to selfish, because the super selfish, 100% selfish people ain't good for society, but the super selfless people ain't making anything proper, ain't making anything work for society. So there has to be the ratio, and he talks about when you're on the come up. I think it's a 70-30 selfish, selfless split. And then maybe drop it down to 60-40. But he say the mover and the shakers in the world, he admits in himself, he's like, I'm a 70-30 type of guy. But you look at him, you're like, this guy's selfless now. But no, somebody that's that driven to motivate people and do the big things is as a capitalist and helping out people, you gotta make the money first. You gotta be selfish at some point to be able to give some of it back later on. Right?
Even for your health too. Like you wanna always do right by other people, right? Yeah. But if you don't give back to yourself, if you don't eat the proper foods, if you don't work out, if you don't fill yourself with love and self-love, then how are you supposed to give love? You're depleted of that internally. So you want to give, but you don't have much to give, and you're miserable, and you're spreading that. And talk about energy and vibration, it's bad. You fill yourself with that self-love, right? Through the self-care and really spending that time and that money on yourself, then you're able to give more. When you go make more money, because you're selfish, then you're able to be selfless and give it away.
I like that.
I want to make a lot of money because I want to give it away. If I have the intentions right now and I have $0, I have good intention. I want to give money to everyone, to all these charities. Yeah, that's fucking great, bro, but you don't have any. So be selfish first, make the guap, and then give it away. You know what I mean? And have fun while you're doing it.
Oh, of course. Help people while you're doing it, and then help more people at the tail end. Just help people along the way. Yeah. That's dope, man. Yeah. Are you an affirmations type of guy?
Always, every day. 5-minute journal. What you're grateful for.
You guys are more like than I thought.
Affirmations. Yeah. You have to.
My first exposure to affirmations, I was 25 years old. I'm in this guy's condo, and I see on the mirrors on the walls, I'm the greatest. I'm a champion. I have the biggest team.
Absolutely.
And then I see like checks the size of the TV behind me that say $1 billion on
manifestation,
them,
bro.
Biggest AI trading team, and I'm like, this shit really works.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you hear it in high school, it's cheesy and corny and all this, and then I'm like,
to who? Those guys, the people that aren't doing it.
People exactly. And I'm like, this shit actually works.
The most powerful, I don't even got to tell you this, but the most powerful part of the manifestation is actually not envisioning yourself there, but feeling it as if it's happening. And then it draws you to it, bro. And you'll go. It's a thing.
I'm fired up.
I mean, I'm wrapping up. You should come next week. I'm changing the whole thing. We're putting some new pictures on.
It's putting a couple more zeros on those checks, bro.
For sure. I have. It's one of my biggest. For sure. But one of my. I need a jet now, bro. It's time for a jet, bro.
Yeah, I ain't flying. You've been trying to get it.
I am flying. I'm done flying with company. Did I tell you what happened when we were coming back from Mexico with my family? And I fought these guys.
No.
Bro, I was yelling.
No.
It's just yelling, bro. I'm like, I need a jet.
This is in Tulum, just like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. I took my family for like a small vacation. Like, it's just, I've never taken them for like a whole, everybody let's go. And I'm traveling majority of the time. So, anyway, he decided to be a troublemaker.
They give you guys problems?
That guy decided to be a troublemaker. And I had to just be on the side of the family. Yeah. So I started cussing them out and do you know who the fuck I am? Like,
in Mexico?
Yeah. Like we're gonna
they're like, no, I actually don't. I don't know who you are, actually.
They didn't even he didn't say I'm gonna grab the police. I'm gonna grab the army. Grab the fucking army. Let's see what they're gonna do. Bro, I was on one, man. But I think I need a jet. I'm done.
Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations,
Thanks,
bro.
man.
Fucking
Thanks.
right,
I actually
man.
have right here.
Absolutely. Let's see it, man. Get it on that camera, baby. Let's go.
I mean, I don't know if they'll see
Let's
it,
go.
but look at this.
I'll be on the tarmac waving those candles for you, bro.
Got the mansion. Speaking of 100,000 people, we got the 812. No, here we go, bro.
Nice.
This has my name at the back. It's black. Black,
I like
baby.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Dirty.
You gotta see it, man.
Black and gold.
Good for you. Smart man.
You gotta see it, brother. So, here we are, brother.
Khalifa Airlines.
Khalifa Airlines.
Remember Trump Airlines? Yeah, Trump had an air. What was it?
Wait, what?
Trump had an airline for like
2 days?
for like a couple hours.
Trump is a legend, bro.
Yeah, no, he's dope.
Trump is a legend for sure.
Hopefully he gets back in.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
good for business, bro.
Probably.
Are you double citizen? You're a dual citizen?
No,
not yet.
No.
No. Man, that's a whole nother episode because I know one of your umbrella companies, Spark Concierge. You guys help Canadians get into the Floridian market.
Yeah.
Florida, the greatest country in the world, by the way, Rakan.
Yeah.
The greatest
But
country in the
you
world.
basically take someone from A to Z that has no idea, business visa, whatever they need, whatever government implications.
Correct.
They need to actually get into the Florida market.
Yeah.
So you take someone from A to Z. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I actually might need help soon.
Yeah.
So
We'll help you with
definitely be
that.
in contact. Yeah.
That's cool.
Anything you
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, Florida's fucking awesome, bro. What's going on in that market right now? It's an economy within inside an economy.
It's true.
They have people that are moving in from the Democratic states. The amount of density that's there, the way they move is different, bro. When I come back from Florida, this is like fucking junior kindergarten, bro, compared to what's going on over there. Like you were saying a little earlier in regards to you going
Middle
away
East.
and doing the traveling from the Middle East, and you come back here, you're like, yeah, this is
Like,
cute,
this
bro.
is cute.
You know what I mean?
It's
yeah.
true.
And that's the way I feel like when I come back from Florida. But at the same time, I'm grateful for that because then you come in with that big energy, that big mentality. You just start stick handling around this shit. So there's lightweight.
True.
It's like playing like Division 1 and then going down to
100%.
Division 3.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's no offense to anyone over here. You know what I mean? Like I admire, Canadians' work ethic.
Yeah,
I admire the hustle, on an overall basis. It's just once you have a little bit of that perspective,
it's just different perspective. That's all. Yeah. You just gotta look at things in a very different way. That's perspective. That's all, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man.
I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see people from out, seeing what's happening. And there's some hustlers in Toronto, bro. Put all aside alone that we make fun of Toronto people, there's some hustlers out there, man. There's some killers here.
For sure.
That I know sometimes if they leave, they'd be in a better spot than what it is here because I feel like sometimes, but I feel like it did give me a different look, a different vision going out, coming back. I'm like, well, I'll give you a simple example with the studio. Bro, I go to the studio, after I get hosted on one of the biggest podcasts in the world, huge. I'm talking this guy is one of the biggest. The minute I'm done with him, bro, I'm getting all these podcasts reaching out to me. I want to be, and then because I was living in an area, so they want to cater to me, right? So there's a place right beside my house, bro. This studio is a little room, the size of this, maybe a little bit bigger, right? Bro, this guy's booked all day. Right, and when we started this place, this was for personal use. We weren't really pushing the marketing and really planning to make it big. I'm like, okay, well, maybe we can just have a couple clients, cover rent. I'll be happy. Yeah. But then I came back and I'm like, this can make money because that guy was booked. Maybe we need a little bit tweaks here and there, but I mean, if we have a system like that, but it's just perspective.
Yeah, you're saying if you put this exact same studio in the Middle East with the same managers,
I don't know,
loaded. Yeah, loaded.
Definitely, you have to change something. I don't think it's the exact same thing, but I just think, bro, there's potential. You see the potential. It's okay, well, that's happening there. It can happen here. That's all.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, Nick, it's been awesome.
Yeah,
love this.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Awesome, yeah.
Well, I've definitely seen you before.
Yeah.
And so,
Now you know where?
Sober now, and life's better, life's good. And I appreciate everything, man. And I'm sure Rakan, you enjoyed it as well. I hope the audience loved it. You know, at Nick Regina, at Spark. I know you got a couple handles.
Yeah.
But I guess Nick Regina, they can find the brand and go from there.
Everything's on the link tree, right?
Pleasure.
Boys.
You, bro.
Pleasure. You guys.
This was awesome, bro. Your energy was awesome. And we're gonna me and Nick, we're gonna have a long friendship, bro.
Absolutely.
It's just
I can feel it already.
Yeah, I'll take care.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.